took my mom to go see Lionel Richie.
Hello.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, Earth, Wind, and Fire opened for him. Earth, Wind, and Fire blew him out of the water.
I saw Journey with Fleetwood Mac, and I'm like, that was a great concert.
Wow.
That's old.
I worked the
I
Eagles
like
concert.
I like Journey.
Yeah.
That was one I never got to see.
Who?
The Eagles.
So it was a recent one. So you got Glenn Fry's son that's taking his place, and then you have Vince Gill that sings with him now. And man, it was a great concert.
How old is Vince Gill now?
I have no. I mean, old. He's got to be.
How do you keep your voice?
So I will still say though, one of the
be
funnest concert experiences I ever had
50s?
was a Christian
think?
concert for King and Country. They played at a Baptist church in San Antonio, and they took their instruments throughout the crowd and just were playing the guitar right by me and my kids' heads and putting the mic to our face to sing the songs with them in a venue with like maybe 2,000 people.
67.
That was cool.
Yeah, he's almost 70.
It was a fun concert.
I
I've
didn't
seen
think he
them
was
like
that
7
old.
times now since then, and they're always fun.
I've heard them. I like their music.
Who?
For King and Country,
Okay.
they're a fun concert.
Yeah.
Like it's actually like
We took the kids to
a
Toby
good time.
Mac. Toby Mac was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, we were in San Antonio at a Baptist church, and I don't know what it was, but it was a venue of like 2,000 people, and they would walk, and they had the stadium seating that went down, and they were walking with a big, drum through the stadium seating, the singer singing. He's got the microphone. He's putting it up to my kid's mouth to sing with him. The guitar is being played wirelessly next to him. I mean, they walked into the crowd and played, and it was one of the most interactive, fun concerts I've ever been to. It was cool.
I'll tell you one that surprised
Not
me
the big
was
time.
Aaron Watson.
Yeah.
So we ended up, a buddy of mine had tickets, and I think the night before the concert, he found out that he wasn't going to be able to make it. So he asked me. Casey and I took the tickets. It was at ACL in downtown, which is a very intimate setting, right? It's not big, and we were on the balcony, but it didn't matter where you sat in that place. Like, you were right on top of the stage. And he comes out, and that's the first concert that I've been to that he pretty much gave his testimony, and flat out on stage at the end of the concert was like, if you have questions about Jesus, or if you don't know Jesus and you want to know Jesus, I'm going to be out back. I'm going to be signing stuff, shirts and all that stuff. Talk to me. Like, I'll talk to you. Like, he is a solid Christian and has no qualms about getting on stage and telling you exactly where he stands. And I mean, and his music is secular. I mean, it's country. It's not wrapped around, Jesus and the church and everything. But man, when he gets on stage, like, he is 100% for Jesus, tells you about him, and then invites you to come talk to him about it. And I didn't know that about him whenever we went, and Casey and I were blown away.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, he's just
Corey
a great
Morrow's
singer.
like that too.
Is he?
Yeah. I remember when
Really good.
we first moved out here, and we used to go to Spirit Fest. They had 105.9 used to have that before they became, what is that large Christian radio station now? Before they became K-Love, they used to have this thing called Spirit Fest. That's before Lauren Daigle became big. She is a good artist. Like, that
Amazing
girl
voice.
could sing, man.
From Louisiana.
Yeah, dude, she could sing. And then that's where my boys, growing up on the south side of Chicago, they always liked rap because that's, it was part of life. And Tadashi was where my boys started at, like, Rowan was 8 years old. Saw him stage, and he had his 2-year-old on stage with him. So he thought that was the coolest thing ever. So we're at Dell Diamond. Man, thinking through concerts, I've been to a lot of concerts in my life. So
Concerts are fun.
I have not.
No?
No.
Sorry.
Not a one.
No, I've been to a few. I went and saw Korn and Rob Zombie,
Nice.
and it was very interesting show. I will probably one of the most amazing stage shows. Rob Zombie, hands down, one of the most. I mean,
Yeah, he's an amazing artist, period.
just fire and lightning and animatronics and lasers and smoke and costumes, and I was like rock and roll theater. It was really good. Oh, which reminds me, we went and saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and that was actually
Yeah, I've
really
seen
good.
them.
Their
I've heard.
Christmas
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Christmas special thing, so unbelievable. I have been to a couple Christian concerts. I took the boys when they were small, and they wanted to go see Thousand Foot Crutch.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, well, you're old.
That doesn't mean I wouldn't know who they are.
Probably
He
doesn't.
listens
It
to
would make
Vince
more
Gill.
sense that I knew someone that you didn't.
No, they were
They're
like
just
back in
cooler.
kind of the rap core when
I
Limp
know what
Bizkit
you're
was real big, and when like those
Yeah.
that type of genre.
Yeah.
It's like rap kind of lyrics over rock and
Rock,
roll
yeah.
riffs and metal riffs and stuff, and so they like the boys loved them. I liked them. I thought they were cool. They did some cool stuff, and but it was Thousand Foot Crutch, Pillar, and this white guy rapper, and I can't even remember what
Vanilla
his
Ice?
name was. Sort of, almost like him. Oh, his name was John Rubin. I do remember, but the guy from Thousand Foot Crutch ended up getting the flu, and we were like, oh dang, we came all this way, kind of paid this money. It wasn't crazy expensive, but it's still
Yeah.
like we drove a long way and all this stuff. Well, Pillar basically was like, okay, well, we'll take their spot, dude, and they played for like ever, and this was like almost in a pit. We're right up on the stage, and there's people mosh pit and jumping around, and the boys are having a blast, and yeah, so that was really fun. Got to take the boys to that.
Have you ever heard of Cowboy Mouth? So we went and watched him. I think it was a New Year's Eve concert, and talk about putting on a show and a long concert, because they were playing 2 hours before New Year's, and then they played like 2 hours after New Year's.
Yeah, it's
so it's like a
crazy.
4-hour concert, and the lead singer is the drummer. So the drums are front and center whenever they do a show, and he is an insane drummer. And I mean, tearing the drums up, singing at the same time.
I don't know how you do that.
Then he'll come and get somebody to play the drums, and then he'll start diving into the crowd, because we were in an old airplane hangar is where the concert was. So he starts climbing the rafters and like hanging from the rafters, and like, dude was nuts. But Cowboy Mouth was a good one.
I saw
I don't know who that is.
You'd probably recognize a song if you heard it.
Creed at the old Ryman Theater. The old Ryman Theater in Nashville.
Yeah.
So
Should have been dead on a
Sunday
Sunday
morning.
morning. banging my head.
we're banging our heads.
So this episode is called Flashbacks. And if you've joined us, this is the Close Cover Podcast. We normally try and welcome you early on, but like I said, it was a flashback. My name is Jason, and I'm glad that you're with us. To my left here, Mr. Johnny Law. Mr. John is with us, and we got Jeff on the right. We're not Run DMC, but this is our experimental music episode. We wanted to get something out there just kind of light and fluffy, and
Fluffy. Like John's pink
Fluffy.
Speedo.
like John Speedo. Yes, if you
With-
joined
with
us for
Teabag.
our movie madness, talk about significant music and stuff in our lives, and maybe even not significant, because some of the bands that will be listed I've never heard of, and I may list them. But we're glad that you're with us.
That's interesting.
Make sure you click those likes and subscribes and bells and send comments and all that kind of stuff. Put your favorite band on there. Mom, don't put my name down, please.
Aw.
Thank you. What you got, John?
She's your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, I can kick it off with a story. We started going, and we've talked about how you and I, raised Catholic, and then we moved from the Catholic Church. The first church that we went to from the Catholic Church was an Assembly of God church.
Very closely related.
There's not, it's an easy transition. So my mom signs me up to go to like a summer camp.
That's
with
where
them.
Dancing Machine. He went to see Dancing Machine.
So we go to the summer camp, and everybody meets at the gym at the church and everything. And I've got my Walkman with my headphones. There's a tape. It was before CD. And I'm sitting there listening to it.
This generation doesn't know what CDs are now.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting because I really don't know anybody there just yet. And I'm kind of sitting off to the side with my bags, waiting for the bus to get there so we can go out to the camp. I got my headphones in and I'm listening. And one of the, counselors walks up and he's like, "What are you listening to?" I was like, "Oh, check it out." Hand him the things. It's Def Leppard.
Going to hell, son.
That's pretty much what he took. He
Yeah.
confiscated my Walkman, the tape, and my headphones right there as soon as I handed it to him. And I was
Pyromania?
I had no yes.
Yeah.
Because the song that was playing whenever I handed it to him was "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
Yep.
And
That's Poison.
huh?
Poison?
That's Def Leppard.
No.
Yeah, that's Def Leppard. "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
Stop saying it like that.
Hey, let's not go down the Tommy Lee experience now. So come on.
And he was like, "Do you even know what you're listening to?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's Def Leppard. Like, my mom bought me the tape, And he was like, "But do you know what they're talking about?" And I was like, "I don't know. It sounds like it sounds good. What do you
He's
mean?"
making cookies.
Yeah, so that was my first experience of, son, you shouldn't be listening to this stuff,
Oh, yeah. Because those same people that made the movie about
Right.
the guillotine, they made a rock and roll episode, and it was like rock and roll sending you to hell.
I'm sure.
And it featured Ozzy Osbourne quite often.
Well, the funny thing is like later that year, they had one of the members of Black Sabbath at the church who had converted, and left Black Sabbath to give his testimony. And I was like, "Oh,
Man, I
yeah,
remember
know
that
your
whole story
songs."
coming out. Yeah, that's funny. But
Yes, I understand. I just knew better not to take the stuff.
I had no clue.
Well,
Like,
hey, the first 30 years of my life, I had nobody telling me no. So, I mean, I can't give you the Rolodex of bad, especially growing up where I grew up. But, it's everything from just complete disrespect to, God, I can't believe I wasn't a worse kid just based on the things I was listening to. Is that what
really.
they say, right? But yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I never understood. My mom let me listen to Def Leppard, but she would not let me have the License to Ill album from Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
I was,
She
I
was
was
Oh,
13 when I
man.
bought that.
Huh?
I was in 7th grade. That was one of my first tapes.
I love me some
Well,
Beastie Boys.
I ended up getting it. It just
Yeah.
wasn't with her with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the parental
not-
advisory things that used
Oh,
to be on
yeah.
the cassette
And they
tapes.
wouldn't
and you
sell
That
it
just
was
to
like,
brand new at that time.
Explicit
sneak around.
lyrics.
That was brand new.
sneak around. But yeah, no, I mean, I went from everything to NWA, Two Live
Yep.
Crew,
To-
Beastie
Luke
Boys.
Skywalker.
Yeah, yeah.
We will
Easy,
not
Easy does it.
mention-
None of the lyrics will fit
Yeah.
in this
Too short.
conversation today.
Yeah.
But even, just
Get a different rating on this podcast.
yeah.
Alabama?
So you could tell
Wholesome country.
You could tell we were lost, and now we are found, right? But no, I, and then from the other side, to the hair bands too, like you said, Def
Oh,
Leppard,
yeah.
Poison, Guns N' Roses,
White Snake, Cinderella,
AC/DC, yeah,
Motley
White
Crue.
Snake.
Metallica, Megadeth.
Warrant.
Warrant. My wife saw Warrant.
Oh, I told you, I saw a Slipknot, which that's not, yeah. So
I think.
Rat.
you can get into, oh,
Oh,
man.
wow.
Limp
I
Bizkit.
actually saw them when they were so washed up, it wasn't even funny. They were at an old dance
They were
hall.
washed up then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was bad. And they were playing at a country dance hall
Oh gosh.
back in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we went to go see them.
They're doing anything they could for $1.
Absolutely. Because this place was... They weren't making much to play there.
Yeah, they got door and free booze.
That's probably all they wanted.
It's what most of them want.
Think
I played
about that,
I played in a battle of the bands one time, and the winner got to open in this festival for 38 Special.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It was special.
I think we came in second.
So you didn't get to open.
We didn't, and actually, after that, I figured out who 38 Special was, and I was like, meh,
Well,
okay.
I mean, you could think through these things though, but how did music shape you to get to where you are now, right?
Yeah. It's strange being a musician. Like music is, I know what y'all are expecting, like very important and solid. There's parts of it. And then like, I don't listen to a lot of music. I didn't go to a lot of shows. I didn't, it's like very sporadic, and I like to play music.
Right.
I like to sing, those kind of things. But, you know, I think especially when I was younger, there was like seasons of where it's like, dude, no silence whatsoever. And this is going to sound crazy or dumb or whatever. I've figured out over the years as I've gotten older, and whether it's like, it's not getting, turn the racket down. It's more like I'm comfortable in the silence now. Because I would remember saying, I don't want it to be quiet because then it's just me and my thoughts. And I don't like
Right.
the places where I end up when it's just me and my thoughts kind of thing. And so it was always music, always like something to just lose my mind in. And, you know, there are those things where I'll feel like, man, I need some hype music. I need something to, for whatever, like, when we're going to go play basketball with the boys or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I need something to get my,
Get fired up.
yeah, get my juices running, or else I'm gonna pull something, end up in a boot again. But yeah, I mean, even now it's like I don't listen to a ton of music, but I don't necessarily feel it's bad. It's like I'm more comfortable in the silence, for lack of better words, and so it's real strange. I don't know.
It's funny because, you know, I could think through all the things that I used to listen to, and it was all like directed, like very, I'm offended, I'm oppressed, I'm garbage, I'm mad, I need to battle, you know, I need, let's go whoop, yeah, hype music, like you said. And then you're like, okay, man, like as you grow, like I got into like Jack Johnson, Mellow Man, and Ben Harper, like guitar riffs and different things where you just hear the music. And then it's like, okay, music's a form of worship. And then you kind of get into that and you're like, oh, man. So now it's just noise, right? When it's not directed, I don't think anymore, which it's not bad to listen to certain music sometimes, but I don't draw my attention to the things that are just, you know, steering me in that direction anymore, I guess. And kind of like you, I don't listen to half as much as I used to.
I don't know. I still listen to music a lot. I mean, like you're talking about, I remember like the dark, like my dark era of music was like Black Flag, Henry Rollins, you know, just this angry, you know, the world's out to get me, I'm all alone. And that was, I mean, but that was in...
You listened to Silverchair.
No, I don't even know who that is.
They had a song called Suicidal Dream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then Rage Against the Machine, you know, was another one, and it was
That's
like
my hype music right there.
well, and it was that stage of my life from like 16 to like 21 that I was just angry. Like everybody was out to get me, and you know, it was me against everyone else, and man, did that music fuel, you know, that hatred and that dark place that I was in at that time. But now, like you're talking about, then you key into somebody like Jack Johnson. Like, you can't get angry listening to Jack
Man,
Johnson.
it's like just you got to smile.
My
Yeah.
son,
Take your
my
word
son
for
was
it.
listening to it the other day. He was telling me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's good laid back music, but to me, music is like it's important because it does set a mood, or it can get you hyped, or like if I'm working out in the gym, like I don't want to listen to
The
you know,
Notebook
a book.
soundtrack.
Right? You know, you need something that's going to get you going, right? You need something that's, you know, the music is good. Yeah, I can't do the Tool. Who's the one? Is it Slipknot that has is it Disturbed?
No, that's a different band.
Disturbed
They're
the
both
band.
bands.
Disturbed's the
is
band.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not into that anymore.
Welcome to the
But they've
90s,
got-
Mr. Bond.
Yeah, well, they've got the one where it's just
He was busy working. He
Well,
didn't
just
have time
think
to listen.
about that, man. We lived in
god
an
awful
era.
noises and moaning and like that's come on. Yes, that's come on while we're in the gym, and I'm like I run into the phone to try and like,
Pearl
I can't.
Jam.
One of my
I mean,
best
the
friends
music
loves
from
this
our
stuff.
day is still like mainstream right now. So, I mean, just think about that.
Pearl Jam was probably
I did like some Pearl Jam.
it was one of the most influential.
Well, that was the whole Seattle grunge.
Well, no, I mean like
Fighters.
even personally, I loved Eddie Vedder's voice. I
Yeah.
thought it was amazing.
Them and
now
U2.
when he started mumbling and stuff, which was a lot, but I love the way that you know the way his voice sounded, and that's one thing where even in music or however it is, it's like I can still really appreciate like the passion and drive and those kind of things behind it. Now, granted, you know what they're singing about sometimes, but I don't know. There's some things I don't know if I like. Sometimes I'm listening to music. It's not a song about like anything in particular. It's not like, oh, well, this is just worship music or this is just that type of thing. I mean, like a regular kind of song, and there's something, it's like there's something in it that I can hear, but it's not, it's like I hear it here. Dude, I've been driving just randomly stinking crying over weird songs.
Like the lyrics?
Doesn't matter. Could be lyrics. It could be
Is it worship
the
music generally?
No.
No?
It's happened to all kinds of music, and it's like there's something in there that I can feel
The music does
that
that?
I'm like picking up, and it's
Just the
like
music alone sometimes?
sometimes it's music, sometimes it's just harmonies, people's voices blending it together. Sometimes it's the content of the
Well, just
song,
think about
what
that,
it's
too.
about. Sometimes it's like, but there's a resonance in there, and whether it be with something negative or something positive, because that's where I feel like music is so extremely powerful.
Yeah.
Like it is so extremely powerful. It can shift and shape perspective and mood and tone. I mean, that's why every movie we watch, everything that like from start to finish, there's something going in the background, some kind of music, something, because it's driving emotion, it's driving tone and mood and all of these things. And it's like, okay, yes, I get it. But yeah, very random, very weird. Sorry.
Well, it's like those memories, though. It's just even a certain tone or meld together brings you back to places, right?
Oh, absolutely.
In 100 different ways. And we talk about the power of reflection. And how those areas shaped and molded you, but also too, it's the artistry of it, like where it can invoke that emotion too, because God's design in it is sometimes something of beauty. And I could agree with you. I'll get in those spaces sometimes where I'm like, whoa. When I do listen, like I'll get some of those feelings, and like I could, and I, now with worship music, I could definitely get in there, and we'll throw that in there too. But it's definitely one of those things that people tie to every stage of their life, no matter where they're at. It becomes relative, right? So,
and worship music has improved drastically.
Oh, it's so different
lately, because when I was growing up, like what was out there, like Carmen and
Oh man, Carmen was the bomb.
he was at the time, but it
Amy
was like
Grant.
Amy Grant. There weren't many
Shut up.
options.
I wrote the book.
Yes.
Yeah, Carmen.
There weren't many options, and now there are so many options out there with different, like you were talking about it, you've got the whole hip hop rap culture that has guys that are, it's strictly Christian rap,
Right.
Andy Mineo, Lecrae, all of those guys that are out there.
Lecrae's got a
NF.
record label. So.
And then you've got the Lauren Daigles, you got the Brandon Lakes, and then you've got entire churches that are putting together amazing music.
Right.
Like Elevation Worship. In
Elevation
Hillsong,
Worship is really good.
Well, just think about like the culture
Vertical Chapel.
and how that shaped it too. Like if you look like even American Idol, Lauren Daigle. I mean, there's countless Danny Goki, American Idol, like top 10 guys that have become top
Speaking
Christian
of
artists.
Mandisa.
Yeah.
We just lost
Shout
her.
out to Mandisa.
Shout
Oh,
out
I
to
didn't even know.
Mandisa.
Yeah. She just passed what?
Few
Last
days.
week?
Last week.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I just listened to a song recently that she was featured
Overcomer.
We saw her in concert with Toby Mac. She was with Toby Mac 5 or 6 years ago. We took the boys. So,
on. Yeah,
and
she
talk
had
about
she
another
had
guy with
amazing
tragic
voice.
loss.
yes.
Amazing voice.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
his
what-
son.
Wasn't
Yeah.
she on American Idol?
Yeah.
Mandisa?
Mandisa's from
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So and then who else? Who's the blonde guy too? That
Billy Blondie.
there's a bunch, man. There's probably a good. I don't know if somebody can name all the Christian
Chat
artists that
GPT
come
can.
from. Yeah, Chat GPT can. He says so. We go into the AI.
Yeah, apparently now we are. That's our first sponsorship. Thank you, Chat GPT.
But it is nice because you've
PPG.
gotten all the different
R2D2.
like genres of music now that have a pretty substantial Christian culture in them. So no matter what it is that you like Mac Powell has country.
Old Mac. I like his voice. Too.
He does have a cool voice. But it's not, because whenever I was growing up, you didn't have all of that.
No.
You just had a handful of people, that you could listen to.
Petra.
Who?
Oh,
See,
Petra. I remember that.
Y'all weren't even
Christian rock
Christians
band.
then.
Petra. It was a Christian rock band. That
Yes.
was-
I'll have
to
in
go
the
check it
80s.
out.
This
This
is
is
like
new to me.
hair metal.
Really?
In the 80s.
They were in
Yes.
the 80s. They
Petra,
were great.
Beyond Belief is the name of the album.
Yep. I had it.
Yes.
Man, I can't even think of the. First.
That was the first Christian rock band. I
that was the
remember.
first one I ever heard of. And listen, Striper.
Striper
I remember
too.
Striper.
Striper
Is there
with a
like
Y.
a Three Doors Down or something like that? Or
They're a band, but they were in a Christian.
Yeah, Lighthouse. Lighthouse was.
Yeah.
who's an older one?
I just sent you the.
Dude,
American
there
Idol.
was. I mean, they're not as old as Petra. Petra was back in the day, and I mean, like, they're. I think they're the first like real Christian rock album I ever got, and it was Beyond Belief, and it was on tape, and I did listen to it in my Walkman, and it didn't get confiscated.
I got it back.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
all the tapes been taken out, just twisted.
Colton Disc.
Petra was founded in 1972.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know they were that old.
Dude, I was listening to them in like 89, 90.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a flashback. I remember listening to him while I was mowing the yard with the push mower.
So Colton Dixon is the blonde guy I was thinking about. Mandisa, Danny Goki, Jordan Sparks, Chris Allen. All American Idol
I know Mandisa.
finalists.
That's the one.
So
Only one I know. I've heard some of Danny Goki's stuff.
he's the guy
Jordan
from
Sparks,
Detroit.
too.
Yeah, he's the guy from Detroit that lost his wife when he was young.
Who?
Something like that. Danny Goki. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know his life story.
I heard some of his music. It was good, man. And I guess that's like one of the hard parts too. Is like I get kind of, I know y'all are gonna be shocked, picky sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you are a musician.
I was gonna say.
Well, that's where I'd say because
I get picky about photographs.
Brooke, she understands tone, she understands harmony, she understands all that stuff. So she's very picky with it too, and she hears the bad right away. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you're like that too.
But I like some of it too. Is I just want the originality. I want I want that passion. I want that drive. I want something that's going to make, and I don't mean drive as in just like rock and,
Yeah.
but like something that's going to move, something that's going to move me.
Unless you get
somehow.
to like Jimi Hendrix and the Star Spangled
Dude,
Banner. and
Stevie
then
Ray,
that's-
Stevie Ray
cannot
Vaughan
do that.
is one of my all-time favorites.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a great vocalist. He was pretty. I mean, this is my opinion. Sorry, internet world. He was mediocre as a vocalist, but what he did had so much passion and so much, like there was so much soul in his voice before he really like. And then when you put his playing with that, dude, that marriage was golden. And I can listen to both, whether it's singing stuff or playing stuff. We're still with the lights. To be continued.
Bathroom break. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
That's what it's for.
Oh, yeah. We've just continued the conversation.
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Figured out the band I was talking about. Third Day
Okay.
was my introduction to
So
Christian
3
music.
doors down.
Yeah, it's close. Something about third.
It was.
You know?
And 3 and doors and day both start with D.
Yeah.
There's also a song, Three Little Pigs.
Oh, yeah.
It's a heavy metal song. You remember it.
Yeah.
So
Green Jelly? Green Jello?
No, it wasn't Green Day.
No, it was like Green Jello was the name of the band or something like that. Three Little Pigs. Oh, it was,
man.
dude, it's...
I knew 2 kids named after Jello once.
I knew a band called One Blind Pig.
I knew a band called Three Skinny Jays.
Green
That wasn't
Jelly.
me.
Green Jelly, yeah.
It was not us.
1992.
4 J's.
4 J's.
Welcome to our rockumentary. Yeah, and I found the Petra song and played it.
Oh yeah, we jammed a Petra
Yeah.
while you were gone.
Really?
Yeah, dude,
Free
it
song.
was. I'll just give you a little snippet,
It's
just
copyright.
because.
Yeah,
Copyright
copyright.
infringement.
La la la.
Oh,
la,
it's
canceled.
La la
Man,
la la.
are they
la,
worth
la,
getting
la,
canceled?
la.
They were good, but not worth getting canceled.
We'll see.
Do you remember the song Peaches?
We're probably gonna
Moving
get
to the
canceled
country.
just for mentioning all
Gotta
these
eat a
bands
lot
and
of
stuff.
You can
peaches.
still
We're
mention
we're giving free advertisement to all of them.
Was
We
it
had a
the
long
presidents
discussion.
of the
Talk about
United
it and
States
sing
of
'em.
It
America?
was. That's exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Moving
They
to the
also played Lump.
country. Yep.
Or had the song
Lump
Lump.
side alone.
And that was it. And that's it, I think.
That's the only two that I could think of. But like we were talking about this the other day
she's
on the
love.
Peaches. Like,
In my head.
was it really about peaches? Like, what was it about? But then if you listen to the lyrics, peaches were put in a can
Peaches come from a can.
from a can. They were put there by a man
in a factory downtown.
downtown. And it's like, no, these guys probably got high one day
Exactly.
and ate a can of peaches and were like, these
eat
things are
peaches
so
every
good. We're going to
day.
write a song about
You
it.
eat your mushrooms, you eat your peaches.
Yep.
Wow.
You just kind of
Wow.
like shred them on the peaches.
That's definitely how that came about.
All right, man.
From a can.
Yeah.
Put there by a man.
Hey, if you're just joining us, John's singing all of his lines. And
He's trying really hard to make it formal.
Jeff has moved into interpretive dance. And so,
There are churches that have somebody on stage doing interpretive dance during the sermon.
yes.
Man, we're going down. We're going down a path.
We really are, and I
Let's
don't
go.
know where it is. We kind of. Is there one song that's significant for you? And I don't mean like your wedding song or I mean like you, like personal. I mean, not that your wife isn't personal, but you know what I mean. Like this is my song.
No, it's like I'm gonna get you, sucker. The movie, your
That
theme
wa-
song. You're looking
Yeah,
for your theme song.
yeah, like your theme
walkout
song,
song.
your
Your
intro
your
music.
theme song.
Yeah. In the Christian world, they call it your life song. This is my life song.
I don't know. I don't think the only time that I've had a connection with a song like that was in my angry, dark days. I don't know that I feel that connection with music now. And there are definitely songs that I like, and it depends on the mood that I'm in, on what I'm going to listen to. But I don't know that I have one that is like my theme song, or what did you say? Life.
Sure, whatever you want to
Song.
call it. Yeah, your go-go.
Well, we used to dance around the room to "Build Your Kingdom" here. What's the band that used to sing "Build Your Kingdom"?
Three windows open.
So,
Three Blind Mice.
shouldn't sing today.
No, I mean more like. Okay, I'll give you my
theme
example.
Rand Collective.
Ren Collective, yeah,
And
fun concert too. I saw
like
them.
when I think about, like my relationship with God, right? And there's a song that always comes to mind, and it's not a worship song. It's not anything like that, but it's just like it's always held some significance for me. And I didn't know if it was just me being weird, or that's really why I asked the question. I was really looking for comfort.
So
and
you asked a
apparently-
question just so you could answer it?
No,
Yes,
I
that's
was-
exactly what
I
you
was
just
looking
said.
for
See what your
comfort.
answers are. Are your answers going to be as good as mine?
I can't ask questions. I can't answer questions. I don't get a
You can
light
do
bulb.
whatever you can do whatever you want to. Apparently,
There were only two
Here.
left.
I don't.
Oh, sorry. Knocked
See,
the
it
battery
doesn't
out.
even stay on with me.
Found them
There
at
you go.
the Habitat Restore. They only had two. I asked for more. They only had two.
What's your theme music?
I give up. I don't have it now.
Finally.
Tune in next week.
Oh.
So
It'll be near cover.
What's your favorite song to play for worship music?
It changes.
What's it this season?
This season, it has been Made for More.
Me too.
man, I like
Thanks to
that
you.
one.
It has been Made for More. I don't know how far down that rabbit hole I want to go.
I like Gratitude.
Gratitude's
Yeah.
a great song.
It is.
I did that. There was a season where I played that a lot, but the one right now, and honestly, okay, there's this dude I found.
Well, back
like-
Jeff Buckley, like Hallelujah, like when he first
Leonard Cohen.
sang Hallelujah, man, that's special. That's special. Before he died, he died really early.
I hate to say this, but that song is played out for
Oh,
me.
it was so
yeah.
played out.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like before it was big.
Right.
Like Jeff Buckley was an artist.
I just
He
hate
would've
when
been
they
great.
do that and they ruin a song on the
He died,
radio.
like OD'd or something, didn't he?
He drowned in the Mississippi River in 1997 at the age of 30.
Yeah. He's not a well-known artist, but he's the first that sang that,
Yeah.
and the way he
Well,
covered
Leonard
it was,
Cohen wrote Hallelujah, and he
Talk
covered
about
it. And that's how
invoking.
he got famous. He was covering
yeah,
Hallelujah.
talk about invoking emotion. That song,
Yeah.
the first time I heard it from Jeff Buckley was like, okay.
Yeah, I heard it on Shrek. No, I'd heard it before then. I did. And that other one by, was it not Superstar?
Well, let's get back to you answering your own question.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I did answer. I answered James's question. Right now, the song that I like playing and I feel like I just want to play it all the time is Made for More. And then there's a guy, his name is Stephen Stanley. And he has a song called Whatever It Takes. And, oh, bro, it's just wild. But to answer my own question, I don't know why I do this.
For John's entertainment.
It's a song by Rod Stewart.
Oh, Forever Young.
No.
Oh.
And it's not the Motown one either.
Do you think I'm sexy?
No. It's
If you think I'm sexy.
Wow.
and you want my body. We
Come
know where
on,
you're
baby,
going.
I'm doing
let
interpretive
me in.
dance.
We know where you're going with this.
yeah. No, so like, and I don't know why that song really became as significant as it was. My mom was like a Rod Stewart fan.
Which
or
song
whatever.
was it?
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Oh,
Have I told you lately
didn't
that I love you?
Eric Clapton covered that too? He did a good version of that.
Okay, well, I'm talking about Rod
Oh,
Stewart.
I like Rod Stewart. That was my stepmom's favorite. She would always yell, "Sing it, Rod."
Yeah. But it's like there was something in that in the words to the song. I don't know like a whole lot more past you fill my heart with gladness, you take away all my sadness, you ease my troubles, that's what you do. Like that whole little first section. And it's like, man, I would find myself thinking about relationship with God and where I'm at and those kind of things. And all of the worship songs I've played, I've written music, I've written songs, and the expression that would come to mind most was, have I told you lately? Have I told you lately? And it's like, it's so like, for me, it was like this weird, oh, okay. So
It's a reminder.
well, and that it's not, yeah, there's some music, it's only going to edify the things it edifies. Whether it's biting heads off of squirrels or, whatever, Rage Against the Machine. And then there's other stuff that I feel like the lyrics are so applicable to your life where you're at, no matter, you know what I mean? It's Rod Stewart. I don't know, it's supposed to be a love song or whatever, and it can be, and it is. It was just significant. So, yes, I answered my question.
Good job.
But now that you have an example, you can answer the question as well.
What was the question?
That's what the teacher does.
I don't know. Next.
Long
theme song.
time ago.
I don't know.
That theme song is the wrong way to describe it. It's like, what's a song that just carries
A song
Emotion.
that resonates with you the most.
significance, but in a way that your reflection is towards God? It means something in that respect, and not even necessarily a worship song.
Well, Jamie Johnson has a song that definitely makes me think of that time that I was in that dark place and about how troubled he was. And he talks about it's like singing the words to a song that nobody wrote. And that always kind of, it was almost like you were beating your head against a wall. Like the same outcome was happening no matter what you did, no matter how hard you tried.
And who was this again?
Jamie Johnson.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of songs I like.
Jamie Johnson's got some amazing songs. He's on my list
I
of
was
concerts
actually
to
being
go
serious.
to. No, I know. I believe you.
know
But that song
two.
kind of just, whenever I listen to it and he talks about the dark place that he's in,
What's the name of that one?
It's
name
called
is-
Ray Ray's Juke Joint.
yeah, no, it's definitely not that one.
The redneck side of me is the other one.
I've seen My Last Tomorrow.
Well, I don't think that's it. Let me see here.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
What about you, Jeff?
It's funny because I said I went to see Creed at the Ryman, and Arms Wide Open. Like, it's like that's Christ. I mean, it was cheesy, Creed, right? Creed, but I just that picture, right? And man, and there's some other Creed songs that I liked back when before Scott's that broke up that band and whatever happened to them, but there were some that could tie into that Father's Love.
That Lonesome song.
So, not to get weirdly cheesy,
No, I
but
mean, I think there's a reason why those things hold whatever significance they are, whether they highlight a place that we are or where we've been, or you know, something that we've come out of or something that we're in now. And I think the same thing's applicable with worship music and Christian music and those kind of things. It's like we connect a lot of times in a way with either what we're familiar with at the moment, what we remember or recall in a familiar type way, or, you know, a place that we want to be. And like I said, good music should move you
or
in some way. It should.
you
should
say good
move
music,
you.
but
Yeah.
you know, it could be interesting, like Creed. I mean, and then another one that was popping in my head, which,
Nickelback.
No, Temple of the Dog. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry.
Chris Cornell. That dude.
That was a great band.
But
yeah.
I think, like, I mean, even you say that, it's like when Creed first started doing their thing, dude, they were, you know, they got put on that weird Nickelback list or whatever they were doing, and it became a marketing, and are they Christian or are they not? And the Christian people got mad at them, and then the
Well, that's how it was with
secular people got
Yes.
mad at them, and it's like, look, what they were doing musically at the time was really good,
Yeah.
and it moved people. Obviously, they were selling out ginormous shows and stuff like that, but
When I saw him at the Ryman, it was after the fact. Brooke got a guitar pick at that concert. She was pretty fired up. So she's laughing.
I think it'd be cool.
No, it's cool. It was,
But I mean, even with that, that's where, like, some, and it's not all, and I'm not naming anybody or nothing like that. It's like some modern worship seems dry with no movement. And I know, like, listen, I know you can worship to any song that talks about Jesus, and, or, you know, worships. You can worship to singing anything, really, because it's your heart, it's your attitude. I'm talking about the music itself, or the songwriting, or whatever. And man, at times it's just like cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter, cookie cutter.
3 chords.
but then it's also too what's biblically accurate too. That's a big thing with worship music,
Well, there is, because there's a lot out there that's self-gratifying.
right?
That's not
Well, and that's I think where you're saying dry, spirit led, like spirit driven. Like it's a different feel, right? You know,
Yeah.
like yeah.
And then Jamie Johnson has that song "Color,"
Yeah, that's a good one.
which is
That's like, I only know 3 of his songs.
you need to
That's one of
you
them.
need to listen, because he's a songwriter at heart, and that's what he did forever. And then he started singing some of his songs, and he got bigger through that. That guy is. There's some heartache and heartbreak, hard times, and then coming out of them, you know, in his songs that are just, they're good.
Yep. Nah, I think he has a cool voice too.
Oh, he's got an awesome voice.
I like his voice.
Are we back?
I think so.
Yeah.
Should we
Stretching.
wrap it up with one more music topic?
One more music topic. What could be our last music topic? Man, I actually had a question because I was thinking, I was like, what would be the last question? Dang, I forgot in between like the 8 steps it took me to get over here. Oh, because we went back to see, what was I thinking about Jamie Johnson?
It was the best concert that you've ever been to.
Nah.
He said,
I mean,
"Oh,
y'all
go to
can
many."
answer
See,
that.
you see, he only wants to answer questions that he asks.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he's an unapproval of anything that
I
we
He answered my
ask.
question.
I
Huh?
just
He
answered.
answered my question.
I did.
He did.
Well,
We'll
it's
give him
because
that
it was
one.
his question. You just
I
rephrased
did.
it.
I repurposed it. I
Okay,
gave it a better.
Sings
I
out.
gave it
Go.
a better meaning, a different.
go.
one.
No, not now. No, you've already shot it down.
Oh,
You got something to say?
no. I don't have a question, so it's on somebody else to
It's
come up
on
with a
somebody
question.
else to come up with a question.
John, Jeff.
You even said though what song's driving you right now, and I actually think that's a good
We
space.
answered that one.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, did you really answer that?
Yeah, I just
Oh, Jamie Johnson. I guess. Well, yeah.
Yours
I
was-
mean,
Third day.
This was third day down.
no, man.
Third day down.
There's so much, but worthy of it all, right? And we hear that a lot in church, obviously. But I'd say
It's a good one.
But just fight my battles. That's how I
that
fight
is a
my
good
battles.
song.
I
And
remember
it's
that
very
too.
repetitive, very easy, simple, but like that fires me up.
We could talk about songs that we loved that then got ruined because the church played them over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother
Amazing Grace.
episode.
Good Father. Like, I liked that song when I first heard it. And
who
then
you
by the
are.
1000th time that I heard it played at every men's conference, men's gathering, I was like, oh,
Yeah, they really
my.
pushed it.
I think they're doing worship for our men's event coming up, and I think all 4 songs are good.
Father.
Just different versions.
Yeah, one's in Spanish.
Oh.
Bueno, bueno, padre.
Bueno, padre. It's who you are.
Oh.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was so terrible
I
that it
even
was
hit a
good.
new octave on that.
No, I mean, I think there's a lot of music like that too. I kind of feel like too at some point, like real significant music doesn't get played out.
No.
Like personally for you, there's songs that you could probably listen to over and over and over and over and over and over, and like this song will never get old to me.
Man, what was
No, I agree with that. I mean, the Jamie Johnson one, I could listen to that over and over and over again.
not Oceans, but what's another
Oceans is a good one.
what's another song by them? I played a ton, and I'm losing it in my mind now. I'm
You're
at
talking about,
capacity for my brain. It's not 10,000 Reasons. It's
Name.
man,
What a beautiful name.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
it's a good song. But
So will I.
yeah, that's
That was a
yeah.
good one.
Cornerstone.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. So will I. Yeah, that's
Cornerstone.
man. That song that was a repeat play. So will I for
Yeah,
a
it
long
has
time.
a whole lot of words too.
It's
I had to
a
sing that one.
long
It was
song.
like, oh, that's a lot of words.
Well, that's why you like it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Go figure. Jason's favorite song has a lot of words.
Yeah. It's kind of worse than that.
25,000 words.
Is singing a worship song,
Twice
but
as many.
you're not picturing the right thing in your head. And I don't mean anything like dirty or nothing, but like, yeah, I remember that song, and it was like, "Beautiful one I love."
Yeah.
Beau-
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what I pictured in my head. I pictured a Cyclops love song, and it was beautiful, one-eyed love. And
You're the Weird Al Yankovic of Christian
dude,
music.
it was bad, and it was like because it popped into my head
Beautiful
one
one-eyed love.
it popped into my head one time, and it would not go away.
Man, but talk about some of the funny things your kids say in worship music too. Like they think that are lyrics. It's like or
well,
back
that's-
in the day.
That's
so that kind of rolls down that
we
line.
didn't even get. I know. Okay, so this will be. Actually, this is a mediocre question that I'm just going to throw out there, and I'm hoping that most people are familiar with it. So when we answer it, it won't be as random. Favorite hymn? Because hymns are kind of like universal. Everybody has hymns.
I mean, it's
Your
gotta
pants
be
have hymns.
Amazing Grace. It's gotta be Amazing Grace.
Is it?
I
That's yours?
the one that's
Amazing Grace?
most memorable in my mind.
I don't have my glasses.
This is Amazing Grace.
Oh, awesome. See, that's his. He tattooed it on his body. His is
I
Black
did not
Panther
tattoo
song.
it. Black Panther is not a hymn. It is a tattoo on John's body.
It is
though.
a hymn.
Dave,
It's a
King
male
David didn't write
Black
that one?
Panther. What?
King David didn't write the Black Panther?
I think it's in there.
It's a male. How do we know it's a male Black Panther?
That's
Are you gonna show your Black Panther?
Yeah. So we went from Amazing Grace to the male Black.
It is a big old cat on your back.
oh Lord.
Do you have a favorite hymn, John?
No, I
as we
don't.
close this out, John does not have a favorite hymn.
No, I don't.
Man, my
tried to
wife would hit
block
me.
out
She could
those
throw hymns
years.
out like crazy, and I
Mine is
just
the
can't
old
name
rugged
them.
cross,
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
and that's my favorite hymn. What is your favorite hymn? Normally, or sometimes, or most times, I close this out, but I'm not going to. Somebody else is.